If I told you could change your fate, would ya? That's something I want to ask you guys. If you could change your fate of how you live your life and how the outcome will be in the future, would you? You see, you could go down a wrong and dirty, nasty path to where you end up in prison, jail, and everything else. Or you could go through another path to where you actually become extremely successful. A high-paid entrepreneur, starting your own business and everything else. You see, you actually are the one that decides your future. You choose your fate. You choose the way you go in order to gain your fate. You see, God does set up different paths for us. He sets up the choices so that we make them. God gave us the freedom to make choice. The freedom to have choices in order to choose to follow Him or not. He loves it if you do choose to follow Him. You see, guys, that's the thing. We were watching this show in class these past few Wednesdays called Hacked. And throughout the show, it's about this one guy. And he has to choose between several choices. And it shows the choices right next to him of whether to walk away or follow the girl, whether to answer the phone call or ignore it. And at the end of the show, when they finally figure out who this Xander guy is, he has to decide whether to go with this secret organization of hackers to where he could become rich and famous by stealing from the rich, giving to the poor, while also stealing the money for themselves. And he could go and save his dad and bring him out of prison. Or he could go back to his normal life with his mom. And that's where the show ended. We don't know which door he went. So it's up to you to choose. Which door do you choose? Which door would you go through? Would you decide to go and live the life, practically, but a life of secrecy to where you're becoming rich and famous? Well, not famous, but you're still becoming rich because you're taking money from the rich. Or you could go back to your normal life, but you could still succeed, but through a harder way. You can succeed through harder paths. You see, some people do go to prison, but when they go to prison, that prison can either change them in separate ways. They can view it in separate ways. In prison, you can go to sermons there. Like preachers would come in and would preach to the prisoners. And gosh, you wouldn't believe how many would come out of prison saved, changed, and everything else. They'd come out with all these tattoos and they're like jacked and everything, and people would judge them and think of them differently and think that they're a bad person. But once you start speaking to them and they start talking to you and you hear what they went through, but all you feel is peace from them. And you saw what kind of hurt they went through, but they changed into something better. So you choose your fate. You choose either to become something bad or to good. No matter what the outcome is, there's always a good outcome out of the bad. No matter. So guys, that's what I got to say for today. And hold up one second. Alright, so my boy over here, Devin,
Hey guys.
he's got the code word for our combat youth at church. If y'all are watching this, this is what the code word is, so listen up.
Code word is today, marshmallow.
Oh yeah, like the DJ. Anyways guys, love y'all, peace out, drop it to the floor.